Why do we say I look after your dog and not I look on your dog? Why do we say I look into the matter and not I look at the matter? It's a small change of preposition, but it makes a whole world of difference. English is confusing. Just one word, look, and suddenly we have look after, look for, look into, all meaning completely different things. I look after your bag. I look for your bag. If you've ever mixed these up, this video is for you. There are enough examples, there's quiz for you, there's a PDF for you, that is lying in the description of this video, but you do not have to go anywhere right now. First, you complete the video and then you go to the description, take up the PDF, practice, take up the quiz and share your score with me in the comments of the video, okay? And also, if you're interested in learning more English and more about English, I have an English course, just in case you need one. So what are phrasal verbs? And why am I talking about phrasal verbs? So all these, look up to, look for, look into, every single one of these is a phrasal verb. Think of them like partnerships, okay? You take a simple verb like look, and then you add a little helper word, a helper like up, into, up to. These are all helper words. A preposition or adverb like after, for, into, up. And suddenly the meaning changes completely. So alone, look just means to see, right? But if you say look after, it means to take care. If you say look for, it means to search for something. I'm looking for my sunglasses. I'm searching for my sunglasses, right? And look into means to investigate. I'm going to look into the matter. You can't guess the meaning just by looking at the words separately. You have to learn them as a chunk and learn them separately each. And that is how you learn phrasal verbs. Okay, that's why phrasal verbs are so important. They make your English sound natural, fluent, just like native speakers. By the end of this video, you'll not only understand these expressions, but also know when and how to use them naturally. I've got some really fun examples and practice questions for you. Please don't go anywhere. Here's a mini interactive quiz. Pick the right ending. Can you do that? She promised to take dash her grandmother when she gets old. Options: up or after. After. She promised to take after her grandmother when she gets old. So, take after is to take responsibility of somebody. He didn't want to be caught, so he made dash a story. Up or out? Up. He didn't want to be caught, so he made up a story. Made up is to invent a story, okay? You on the fly make up something, you make an excuse. She finally turned dash the job offer because it wasn't what she wanted. Down or off? Turn down. Turn down means to reject. She finally turned down the job offer because it wasn't what she wanted. The teacher asked the students to hand dash their homework before leaving. Out or in? Good one. The teacher asked the students to hand in their homework before leaving. Hand in is to submit. Look after means to care for. Students often mix it with look for, which is to search for something. Look for is different from look after. I look for your baby while you're away. No, that sounds like the baby is lost. Not that. I look after your baby while you're away, which means to babysit or to care for the baby. You need to look after yourself more. The security guard looks after the building at night. Next is look for. Look for is to search. Students confuse it with look after and vice versa. I'm looking for my sunglasses. Have you seen them anywhere? Searching, not caring. Not caring, this means searching. She is looking for a new challenge in her career. So look for is not just used for physical objects, okay? Looking for a new challenge. It's also used for people. I'm looking for Sarah. Look into is to investigate. Students try look at instead. This is where they get confused. Wrong. The police will look at the case means it sounds a little superficial and they're not serious about it. They're just seeing it, okay? They're very carefree about it. That's what it means when you say the police will look at the matter. But when you say the police will look into the matter, it reflects seriousness of police to investigate deeply. Okay, our company is looking into expanding into new markets next year, investigating the possibility. Next is look up. Look up has several meanings, so it might get confusing, but let's start with the first and the most simple one, which is to search for information. I look up the word in the dictionary. Okay. Another meaning could be things improving. Don't worry. Things will look up soon. That means don't worry. Things will be better soon. Things will improve soon. And last is the literal one, which is looking up. The literal one. Look up at the sky. After a tough year, their business is finally looking up. Things are getting better. The weather report says it's looking up for the weekend. That means there is hope. There is a good possibility that the weather will be clean. Look up to is to admire or to respect somebody. Without to, it changes the meaning completely. Okay, so look up has a very different meaning from look up to. When you look up to somebody, you admire that person, you respect that person. I've always looked up to my grandfather. Admiration. I've always looked up my grandfather. Sounds like you've searched his name on Google. She always looked up to her mother as a role model. This is the opposite of our next phrasal verb, which is the look down on. Look down on means to disrespect somebody or something. Without on, the meaning breaks. She looks down on people who don't speak English well, thinks she's superior. Okay? Looks down on, she disrespects people. She looks down people who don't speak English well. Now, this is incorrect grammar. This makes no sense. Looks down on people. A quick recap for you. I looked after his cat means I cared for the cat. I looked for his cat, that means I searched for the cat. I looked into the problem is to investigate the problem versus I looked at the problem, I just saw it. I don't care about it. Lack of seriousness. I look up to her. I respect her. I look up her name. I search her name on Google or anywhere. If I say I'm looking dash my lost keys, what goes here? Answer in the comments. Now here's a quick quiz for you. Many young cricketers look dash Virat Kohli as their role model. Up to, up. Up to. We'll look dash your complaint and get back to you. At or into. Into. We look into your complaint and get back to you. Some people sadly look dash others who don't speak fluent English. Down on, over. Down on. Some people sadly look down on others who don't speak fluent English. I couldn't find the answer, so I had to look it dash in the dictionary. I couldn't find the answer, so I had to look it up in the dictionary. Okay, quick run through. Look after, caring. Look for, searching. Look into is investigating. Look up is finding information. Look up to is admiring. And look down on is disrespecting. The trick is simple. Never learn the verb alone. Always learn the whole phrase as one chunk. That's how you'll sound natural and fluent. Here's one for you to comment below. Which fits for a person finding an old friend's contact details? I need to look dash his phone number. At or up? If you found this helpful, give it a like and share it with a friend who loves to learn English. Until next time, keep learning, keep growing, and keep looking up.